Hello, my fellow nerds, Colco here, and it's Eurovision season again, baby! And you know what that means. It is time for my overly critical and sarcastic comments that I am eventually going to abandon by the end of May as I listen to these songs. More and more. I think some of my cynicism has rubbed off on the rest of the Eurovision community, which makes me feel less alone. Because oh my goodness, this year we've got a lot of garbage. Well, I don't really hate these songs or these artists or anything. Everything just feels so mid and bland. Honestly, it felt exhausting going through all these this year. I have two theories for why Eurovision is so bland and mid this year. The first theory, which I think is the most likely, is that everyone is just trying to avoid hosting Eurovision because of the poor economy. So they're sending mid and garbage songs so they don't have to host. The second reason is because people saw Loreen coming, and they all thought, oh crap, we're not gonna win this year anyways, send a mid-entry. I think everyone can agree that we have a lot of stinkers this year. But it didn't have to be this way. I had the privilege of watching many of the pre-selections this year, which makes my disappointment even greater. Please, Erdogan, please let Turkey return to Eurovision. You could have easily won this year. It's part bland, part super ethnic, part joke entry, with a sprinkle of anti-war themes. We have a variety of inspirations, from the rock inspiration from Måneskin, some ethnic and weird inspiration from Kalush, and the dancing inspiration from Chanel. I think a lot of these will be interesting to watch on stage, so that may change my mind later. So rev up your tractors and grab a pina colada, and let's swan dive into this ocean of mid. Before I begin, these are my opinions, and these opinions are probably going to change later. Seriously, a lot of the songs I hated at the start of the past few years ended up becoming like my favorite songs ever. These are my first impressions, and I'm being overly harsh for a combination of reasons. First is because I saw a lot of the national finals and thought a lot of different songs were better. Second is because, well, it's fun. A lot of the negative things I say are mostly jokes. I don't hate any of these songs or hate any of these people, so maybe chill in the comment section. I like how different this song is. It's a different message. I like how Albania always brings something different to the table, with a different sound and a different message every year. I like this more than Evita. Fight me. Also, the family band is also adorable. But I think that Eurovision should have English subtitles under all the non-English songs, because there's a lot of people that don't understand all these languages that only listen to the English songs, and they have no idea what they're missing out on. I think it would make things more fairer for the non-English entries. It's different. It's a unique sound. I don't know how I feel about it though. I think it's going to grow on me though. The lyrics and the theme are new and unique, especially the beginning. I love the music at the beginning. I wished that kind of music would have stayed throughout the entire song. Given how high it's rated on the My Eurovision app just hours after its release, I think it's making it to the finals. I think it's a kind of sweet song. I'm glad the Caucasus region actually put in a lot of effort into their music this year. Interesting is all I can really say. I like the music, it's very catchy, and I really enjoy the weirdness. These two are just so adorable. I think I'm kind of digging this. It's a unique sound and song. This is like the Konstratka of this year, but instead of health insurance, it's compensation in the music industry. I could see it getting higher than 20th and making it to the finals. Honestly, I'm rooting for these two. At last, for the first time in years, Austria has something good. You know what? I think I'm going to drop my grudge against Australia being in Eurovision. Screw it. I like this song. I'm sorry, I'm a sucker for rock music. The rock itself is just a bit mid for me, but it's not mid enough for me to not like it. I don't get why people are hating on this song so much. Then again, I didn't watch the national finals for this one. But goodness, when I like the Australian entry, you know we have a rough year ahead of us. I think this song is going to grow on me. It's not sticking with me now, but I think it'll be on my playlist by the end of June. I think I just had pretty high expectations for Azerbaijan and Georgia this year, so that's why I feel a little bit let down. But I kind of really want to root for these two because they're not the usual nepotism Baku-bred Azerbaijani entry. They're from a small town with humble beginnings, and I also feel that in their songs. I think they have a decent shot at the finals, but that first semifinal's packed with all the decent and good songs, so it might be tough. I like how weird this is, and it's a bit better than most of the entries this year, but I believe the carnival was a lot better. but this is campy and catchy, and it's better than half the garbage that we have this year. It's entertaining, and we can expect a good performance at the very least. I think it's going to grow on people, but I think this also has a high chance of dying in the semis. Croatia here is single-handedly saving Eurovision from being boring. People are saying, no, it's so bad. Shut up. We need a joke entry after all the boring entries that we have this year. Most countries are sending garbage instead of jokes because they don't want to risk the jokes winning. But Croatia knows what's up. They know how to not win and simultaneously entertain us. Thank you so much, Croatia. This feels like a breath of fresh air. I am really, really looking forward to seeing what they do on stage in Liverpool. Because whether it's good or bad, it's going to be entertaining. No, we shouldn't allow this in Eurovision. This is what makes Eurovision what Eurovision is. You cannot have Eurovision without a good joke entry or two. Hashtag keep Eurovision weird. Their WTF factor is so high, they have a decent shot at making it to the finals. Then again, I said that about Latvia last year. Cyprus again here, bringing us a not ballad. Great! It's a wee bit generic, but I love the lyrics. It's a new theme when it comes to romance songs. It's a new type of love song, if only it had a different score and genre. Honestly, this would be better as a rock song. Heck, it would even make a pretty good ballad. But I think this would be probably one of my favorite songs this year. But I see many flashing lights on the stage for this entry. I think they have a decent chance of making it through. Okay, this is my favorite entry of the year. I see why people are concerned about it because it's a little politically charged, but this brought tears to my eyes. Because at the time, this was the first anti-war entry I saw, and as somebody who works in that, and the pan-Slavic feel, I just love this theme so much. Listening to this makes you feel like a powerful Slavic woman. The rap portion is a little for me. I mean, it's not the perfect song, but I still love it. I really hope people look at the lyrics and will recognize the song for what it truly is, and hopefully Czechia will get their highest placement ever. Vesna deserves it. I don't think they're going to win. Maybe 9th place if they're lucky. They are definitely making it into the finals, though. All I want is for this to be Czechia's best result ever. It doesn't have to win. But if they do win, I will bet right here. If they win, I will go to Eurovision Live next year. And you guys will see me to that. I thought Junior Eurovision was in November. This kid looks like he's 12. It's like Marius Bear suddenly became Gen Z. I know the song is getting a lot of garbage because it's the generic Gen Z fuckboy singing it, but I have to admit it's kind of catchy. I would have preferred Freedom over this, but it still kind of slaps. It just reminds me of TikTok and e-boys and diabetes for some reason. I don't know why. But dear lordy, please ditch the robo-voice, man. If Eastern or Northern Europe see that, we're going to be in for some ear-destroying songs next year. I love this song. The lyrics, the rock music, the performance was absolute fire. Honestly, guys, this might be one of my favorite Eurovision songs ever, like, in history. What? What's that? Oh, right, Ali didn't win. Honestly, his entry is kind of boring, but I love her voice, and this song really fits her voice. So I'm pretty positive it's going to make it to the finals. And I think the jury's gonna love it too. I just wish I could like this song. It may grow on me though. She's definitely going to make it to the finals, but I think Ali would have done a lot better. I think the jury will love this though. In my opinion, it's not bad, but it's not fantastic either, and that's because of the music. In my opinion, the song kind of drags. Finland is one of the few living cells on this dead corpse of a contest. This is one of the only songs that can actually compete with Loreen. But I'm gonna call it here, this is going to be the televote winner. This entry and this entry alone makes me hesitant to bet my actual money on Loreen. Normally, I really hate this type of clubby poppy music, but for some reason, I really like this. I can't explain it. Why do I like this? Maybe it's the bridge. This is 2nd or 3rd place material, but there is maybe a 20% chance that this is going to win. The lyrics are so beautiful, but I don't know if the music really matches. The music is growing on me though, but it just feels so So French. It's one of my favorites, and that's saying something because it's in my genes to hate the French. I relate to the song so much, though. It deserves to get higher than 20th. To be honest, it's pretty catchy, but I think they could have put these lyrics to even better music. Alright, not bad. I love how this shows off her voice, which is very, very important. It's a great song, if you don't speak English. There's one big thing that's keeping this song from being an absolute winner, and that's the lyrics. What are these lyrics, though? They're so weird. I don't really like some of the modern beats in some of this, though, but something about the key kind of cancels out that negative aspect. The video is really cool, and I have a feeling the performance will be too. I am so glad that Georgia finally made an attempt this time, especially in a time right now where the entire country is begging to be seen as Europeans. Euro has a lot of pressure on her shoulders because everyone is expecting her to set a record for the highest place Georgia has ever gotten. And it seems the rest of Europe thinks so too. Just 3 hours after its release, it's already tied for 12th with Serbia's. 3 hours! This is definitely making it to the finals. Iru, I wish you the best of luck. I think you'll make it into the top 10. Here's to hoping that you get that record. Yes! 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 Finally, Germany! Finally! After years and years of sucking, we send a band from Napalm Records, of all places. Someone who toured with Iron Maiden. Never before in my entire life have I ever been able to say that I am proud of Germany until this moment. The metal, the music, the weird outfits. The only thing you're missing is good lyrics. You almost had the most middest song to ever mid. You do not know how loudly I screamed when they won. Finally, we will get not 0 points, because we know that we're going to get at least 12 points from Finland. I don't get why the odds rank this so low. This thing, I think, is going to get at least 15th. Mark my words, this is going to be a dark horse and come in out of nowhere. This is going to be like the Blind Channel. Honestly, this song just feels like the definition of meh. That's all I can really say. I think the lyrics would have been suited to much better music. It just songs like every other generic song ever. I thought the entire nationals were in Icelandic. How did an English entry get through? This is very Eurovision-y, like 80s, 90s, early 2000s Eurovision-y. It kind of sounds like Christian rock, though. Is it just me? Or maybe a song from a children's cartoon. I love the lyrics, but the music, I don't know how I feel about that. I think she might make it, but I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't. But judging by the rest of the competition, she has a decent chance. Yeah, this is boring and generic as heck. And everyone else seems to hate it too. Everyone wanted Midnight Summer Night, and I understand why. It is annoyingly Eurovision-y. The lyrics are so cheesy and so bland. It's so generic I could die. Goodness, when I don't like a rock entry, you know you messed up. I love the beginning part of this song. I just wish that they would have kept that kind of music throughout the entire song. I love the lyrics, but the music just so generic. Again, I really hate this kind of club music. But one of the big redeeming qualities that this has is going to be that dance break. That is something I'm looking forward to. It's okay, but I'm expecting a performance that is going to knock my socks off. You set my expectations high, Israel. Don't mess this up. He has a beautiful voice, but the song just isn't sticking to me. I don't know why. I don't think it's anything too special. It sounds like a lot of Italian ballads that we get. After a long string of bangers, I think Italy is just taking a break. A siesta, if you will. And honestly, I don't blame them. Honestly, this song is not my cup of tea. I do not see why people love it so much. I can't really get into the music and the lyrics. It's this weird lullaby. It's not sticking with me. I think it may grow on me, but not by much. It feels like a very boring rock. You passed over Fake Love for this? I don't know why people don't like this song so much. I like it. It's one of my favorites this year. The melody is a little generic and cheesy, true, and a little Eurovision-y, but I love the lyrics and the Baltic culture elements that she brings to it. The refrain, the amber elements. It's Eurovision-y, but with a bit of Lithuanian soul put into it. I feel like the international audience likes this more than the Lithuanians do. To be honest, the other songs that the Lithuanians had, they were bad. It's a bit like a watered-down Hold Me Closer, but screw you, I like it. I loved Monica in 2015, and I love her now. I love the change in music compared to what else we had this year, but songs about dancing and partying are almost always a guaranteed flop. I'm not really looking forward to seeing this one. Sorry, not sorry, but maybe it will grow on me. I love how different it is, though. I love the traditionalism, and I really cannot wait for the stage performance. Yeah, Epic Sax Guy would have really livened up Eurovision this year, but I still think this is enough to get Moldova to the finals, and enough content to produce some memes. Also, the refrain's been kind of stuck in my head. The Netherlands is honestly one of my favorites this year. It's a wee bit slow and draggy, but I'm really feeling this song this year. The lyrics, they're just me right now. There are a lot of us right now. This is definitely going to make it. I'm expecting a really heartfelt performance. I think they may get 12 points from at least one country this year. You can actually tell the Netherlands tried this year. I'd like to say the song is overrated, but damn, this song is catchy. Yeah, I liked Ulrike better, but this is still good. It's definitely top 10 material. Probably not quite enough to compete with Loreen, but probably enough to take some votes away from her. This is going to be the viral TikTok song of the year. She is going to girl boss her way up to the top 10. I just know it. I think the virality of the song could also make this a fan favorite. I normally can't really get into Portugal's music most of the time, but I think this is probably going to grow on me. I don't really relate to the lyrics though. I really love the music though. If I could relate more to this song at the moment, it would probably be in my top. And I don't know why, it's just not sticking with me. But I really wish her the best. This is a pretty cool entry. Okay, here we go. I know Jan had some hiccups on stage and a couple of voice cracks, but she was way worse. Not even Alicia or Flevers. Okay, for those of you who don't know, everyone in Poland is collectively flipping their shit over this one twink here because he was the overwhelming fan favorite. TVP changed the rules at the last minute. And there was a bunch of other stuff I explained in my previous videos, but everyone in Poland hates this entry. And due to some of her classist comments against Jan, I am not going to hold back on Blanka here. Damn, I would have even preferred Booty to this. Would have at least been entertaining. The vocals are bland, she can't hit a single note, this song is super generic. Interesting that everyone can agree that this is the worst entry this year. The music itself is one of the few redeeming qualities here. The refrain is somewhat catchy, but that may or may not be because it might have been taken from another song. Oh yeah, this entry is being accused of plagiarism too. Weird, normally Germany is so bad that I have to root for Poland, and now Poland is so bad that I have to root for Germany. This thing is getting 0 points, because whoever does give it points will be burned at the stake by the wrath of the Polish people. And they have made that very clear. What the hell did I just watch? I just can't get into the music. It's just not memorable. I like the singer. I mean, he has talent. I just wish he had a different song and performance and style. This honestly kind of makes me lose faith in Gen Z because honestly, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at here on stage. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't see it qualifying. Really? Serbia, you had so many good entries and you picked the lobster twink? Is this the Serbian version of Jan? With a weeb twist and a meh song? He's pretty and talented, I just dislike the song. Honestly, this is one of the first times I've ever actually liked Slovenia. I normally always hate Slovenia songs. They're slow, boring, full of hipsters, and overrated. I don't like that it's a dancing party song, but I actually enjoyed the music. It's not quite something I would put on my playlist, but it's one of the best ones I've heard so far. It seems to be on everyone's, hey, I kinda like this is pretty good list. Definitely not a winner, but I think this could definitely have a shot at making it to the finals. Everyone is hating on this entry, and given the other entries in the national final like Ronella, yeah, I get it. but it's not that bad. It's energetic, entertaining, catchy, and I like the key it's in. The key fits so beautifully, but it's still kind of generic, but not as boring as half the stuff we have this year. It's like Maroon 5 mixed with The Lion Sleeps Tonight, but I think it's definitely going to die in the semifinals, though. I love the traditional feel and the ethnic sound. I think this is going to be a dark horse, and on my playlist by the end of June. It's so interesting. The music and the lyrics are different, and I like that. She done already had herses. I love this song. I love Loreen, but come on. It's called the Eurovision Song Contest, not Eurovision Song Watch a Eurovision God have a landslide victory. It's a perfect song, singer, and performance, but she done already had herses. You can't go for the second crown, girl. That's not fair. But I think she's still going to win because the jury is going to drool over her like my cat drools over Thai food. Or maybe the jury will be biased against her just to make things interesting. After all, no one is going to want to watch if the winner is too predictable. So yeah, we'll see. Also, I like Smash to Pieces better. This is one of the few very good ballads we have this year. I love the anti-war message of this song. After the snooze fest we had last year, this is pretty nice. I wish the music wasn't so generic though, but it's not nearly as generic as all the other songs we have this year. It's pretty ironic for Switzerland to be singing about going to war. If Switzerland makes it to the finals, it's going to be the jury that is carrying this song because it doesn't seem like the public really cares for it. I really, really do not get why this song is so high in the polls. Are we listening to the same song? Did Jimmy Heil win and I not know about it? Because her song was way better than this. I really don't like this genre of music though, so maybe that's why. But I don't know, maybe this will grow on me. I mean, the refrain's pretty catchy. But Jimmy Heil deserved this spot. It's Ukraine's, oh, we already get into the finals because we won last year, so we can send some garbage year. Honestly, Ukraine deserves to take a rest, but Jimmy Heil would have given Loreen a run for her money. Didn't we just listen to the song? Oh wait, no, it just happens to sound a lot like Israel's, except I like Israel's lyrics and music more. But I like this melody more. Because these two are basically like the same song, and so they're gonna steal votes from each other. But I definitely think Israel's gonna pull out on top of the UK. There seems to be way more fans of Israel than they are of the UK. Again, I'm not really a fan of club music, and I don't really get all the hype around this song. So those were my opinions on this year. This went longer than I thought, because I felt like I didn't have too much to say about a lot of these because there isn't much to talk about. This year just feels very bland, and I would rather have an entertainingly bad song than a song that's just mid, bland, and boring. In short, I'd rather have a Croatia over a Greece. But honestly, I can't really say I have many songs that I would regularly listen to, and that sucks. But I feel like this at the start of every year, and then half of these songs end up on my playlist, so maybe we'll see. I already feel a lot of them growing on me, so that's hopefully going to change. But given that Ukraine won last year, and 3/4 of the hosts this year are not Ukrainian, and none of them are Virka Serduchka, I think we're in for a rough year. I don't think the UK and Israel are going to place too high. If so, they're going to place right next to each other. I think Armenia and Spain are probably going to take everyone by surprise and make it into the top 10. Georgia is probably going to get their best result ever, or at least almost get it. Lithuania is probably going to end up like 15th or 16th. I guess now that I really think about it, I ended up liking some of these songs a little bit more than expected. But I guess there's just none of them that really scream wow to me. There aren't any that I'm just absolutely dumbstruck, amazed by. And I think that's my main problem with this year. Unless enough people collectively agree that Loreen shouldn't win again, and unless the jury decides that, hey, we shouldn't have a double winner, Loreen's gonna steamroll the contest. But if that does happen, I think Finland, maybe Norway, might have a shot at the crown this year. Much more likely Finland. I just pray to God that this year isn't predictable as I expect it to be.